Hi, I'm Alex Kitson from Simon Fraser University, and today I'm presenting Lucid Loop. Have you ever had a dream where suddenly you realize that you're dreaming? This is called lucid dreaming, or knowing that you're in a dream while dreaming, and potentially having the ability to control your dreams and do whatever you want. Sounds pretty good, right? To learn lucid dreaming, there are two techniques that we looked at. First is mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, or MILD. This is visualizing, becoming lucid, or rehearsing your dreams. There's also focused attention, so that you notice the dream elements in order to become lucid. Lucid dreaming has a lot of benefits, like increased positive mood, greater life satisfaction, and increased self-esteem. But learning to lucid dream can be really challenging and kind of inconsistent. So how could we make this experience more accessible to people and get all those benefits in waking life? One way is through immersive experiences, like virtual reality. There are many parallels between the two. Dream generation echoes illusory perception of VR. In both, you know you're in a non-ordinary reality, but you also feel like you're really there. Both support the ability to do whatever you want. And both experiences have impact on waking behavior and thinking. Neurofeedback is another tool we can use to simulate aspects of lucid dreaming by looking at focused attention, which is, very simply put, looking at the higher bandwave frequency in an EEG. We wanted to combine the two, immersive experiences and neurofeedback, and see if this could be like lucid dreaming or not. And we want to explore what design features and considerations should we have if we wanted to simulate lucid dreaming. So we set out to design Lucid Loop. We looked at a wide range of previous literature and interviews with lucid dreamers describing their experiences. We came up with 10 design elements to put in Lucid Loop: painterly aesthetic, vivid visuals, particles, forest environment, scarf dancers, whispering, affirmation, looping, non-embodied self, and levels of abstraction. We took all these and we wanted to create an immersive experience. So we used a 360 video and then used computer graphics overlaid on top. For the visuals, we went through many iterations to get the feeling of a lucid dream just right. We wanted it to evoke a sense of bizarreness, but also we wanted it to feel a bit realistic too. Here are some examples before narrowing down on what our final product was. Here's the result.
Next time I'm dreaming. Next time I'm dreaming. I'll dream next time I'm dreaming. Next time I'm dreaming. Remember I'm dreaming. Next time I'm dreaming. Just remember next time I'm dreaming. I'll remember I'm dreaming.
So this is how it all works. First, we get data from the EEG headset, then over Bluetooth that's going to an app called Muse Monitor. It relays the data through OSC to our VR headset, which then displays the visuals and audio, which we rendered beforehand in Unity. As focused attention increases, the visuals become more clear, vibrant, and loud. And as it decreases, the visuals and audio become less clear, dull, and quiet. After we developed Lucid Loop, we wanted to test it to see if lucid dreamers actually had an experience like this. So we recruited 9 active and proficient lucid dreamers, first through screening questionnaires. Then we showed them Lucid Loop, where they experienced it for 10 minutes. We recorded their experiences and then played that back to them while asking them questions, like what features were like their lucid dreams and what weren't. We used thematic analysis to arrive 3 major themes: relating, discovering, and being there. In relating, people would relate their experience in Lucid Loop to their own life experiences. For example, it might have reminded them of a person they know, a place they've been, an object they've seen. This participant thought it kind of looked like a psychedelic experience to them, where it felt at times out of control and really blurred. But if they gave into the experience, somehow it made it okay. In discovering, people wanted to push the boundaries of the system, explore the interactions, see what they couldn't and could do, just like in a lucid dream. This participant saw the landscape went from very defined to then completely out of focus. And they thought that was cool because they actually tried to do that. They saw a change in their mental state. Participants felt like they were an active observer in this experience. And while they couldn't directly interact with the objects through their body, they felt like they were present with people and with objects. This participant said that the forest environment did something for their agency in the scene, which is ultimately what gets you into lucid dreaming. When comparing Lucid Loop to lucid dreams, our participants found many similarities. They felt like it evoked an emotional reaction. There was a fluidity between self and environment that was very much like a lucid dream. They also felt like there is this tension between noticing what's going on and wanting to control it, much like their lucid dreams. There were some differences that maybe were a limitation of the technology at the time, but we're looking into ways that we could look at this in the future. In terms of design considerations, here are 4 that we thought are important for trying to simulate aspects of lucid dreaming. First, alluding to experiences of dreaming. We did this through our design elements, like levels of abstraction, painterly aesthetic, and forest environment. We also recommend reality checks. For example, we did looping or the non-embodied self. Points of focus, and also people in the scene help to make it feel like a dream. In terms of neurofeedback, we found that the gamma brainwave band seemed to work for most participants, but we are curious if there are better ways to look at this data. And we are kind of skeptical of any consumer EEG devices that are looking to correlate with mental states. In terms of the immersive experience in an HMD, this seemed to work really well in generating a sense of presence with objects and people in the experience, and creating a fantastical world that you wouldn't otherwise be able to experience in waking life, much like a dream. Experiential learning theory says that we can use immersive experiences to develop skills. So we wonder, could immersive experiences like Lucid Loop help teach people to lucid dream? That's something we're looking at for the future. Our 3 key insights from our whole process in this research were 1, that Lucid Loop did seem to simulate a lot of aspects of lucid dreaming, but there is work to be done. And we're curious about validating Lucid Loop and comparing it to lucid dreams directly. Second, immersive experiences like VR seemed to have an impact on our perceptions, behaviors, and sense of self, much like other altered states of consciousness. And we wonder how immersive tech could help us better understand ourselves and give us optimal experience. Finally, situated in the field of dream engineering, this work challenges the idea that technology and sleep are negative. Works like these are important in steering the sleep and dream technology relationship towards a more positive future. Thank you to my co-authors and collaborators.